Hello everyone. There's an excellent video out on YouTube by 007 Connecticut showing some custom rolling snowblower skids. He did an excellent job of explaining what he did, and it's really a very nice design. So I copied his design. I'm not going to say I made it any better. He clearly picked a really nice bearing here. This 7508 ball bearing has a couple of very nice features on it. Number one, it's got some tremendous load capability. So you can see 707 pounds static load capacity and 1,366 pounds dynamic load. The other thing is that it has an extended inner ring. And he pointed that out on his video, but that's really, really important when you try to mount these bearings. When the ball bearing inner race is the same thickness as the outer race, it can pose some mounting difficulties. So the fact that this one is extended, the inner race is thicker or wider than the outer race of the bearing, comes in really handy in installing it. So my video is just to show you a few things I did for my particular machine. Mine happens to be a very old Honda HS80. This is an old skid plate, and it's quite thick. You can see that I've cleaned it up. All the worn sections I took off. There was just a little bit left. And because the material is so thick, I decided to drill and tap a hole here. The idea here is this hole is drilled and tapped, and then I've ground the back side of it flush. The thickness appears to be more than enough to torque this bolt to the right setting, so it's not going to loosen up. I'll put a little bit of Loctite there as well. But I like the idea of this section being flush here because of how this mounts. Mine's a little bit unique in that it mounts to the back of the chute, back of the auger chute, not on the side. It's a great design. It's a great bearing selection, and because of its load capability, I think it's going to outlive the machine. The machine's already probably over 20 years old. So here are my rolling skids all assembled. You can see that this is flush right here, and the thickness of the material seems to be adequate for the number of full threads that I needed on this bolt for proper tightness. You can also see that the order is mounting plate, lock washer, flat washer, and then bearing. I like my lock washers to be sandwiched between the two softer materials rather than the hard inner race of the bearing, so the lock washer really is able to do its job. Here's the finished product. As you can see on this snowblower, the skids are back behind the housing, the auger housing. They're not mounted here. This is where they're mounted on this tractor drive. Here's a close-up view on the other side. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this or found this at all helpful, how about a thumbs up?